Now, before I have found a corpse, as a matter of fact, I think I saw them in here.
I'm gone.
The one with stitches on its mouth, because, and that's significant. It's been dead, revealing blah blah blah. Nope, that's not it. Maybe it was this one. Nope.
All right.
Let's go a quick look for it. If I don't find it, not a big deal. Even though it, of course, will bug me. If you've watched my other LPs, you know how I hate missing things. Before, when I played, just testing the settings, everything, there was a corpse with stitched lips, and I swore we just found that one too a few minutes ago.
All right.
One of them shambled over here. We've talked to both of these ladies. Oh, what's this here? Bloodstains, rust, and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of the other slabs and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. That one says the same thing.
All right.
Hopefully, again, please leave comments. Let me know what you're thinking of this so far. Maybe it was in this room. This corpse is shuffling from slab to slab, bandaging the corpses lying there. The number 396 is carved into his left temple, and his lips are stitched closed. You notice the corpse is carrying a roll of bandages in his hand. The bandages look usable. May I borrow those bandages? The corpse continues to stare at you. Try and take the bandages from the zombie. You snake your hand out and take the roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. Okay. Oh, wait. Actually, wait. This one has its lip stitched, but there's nothing we can do about it. Must have been a different one.
Done.
Can't examine any of these. Just in case, let's go ahead and save. Hey, remember this, kids, when you could save whenever you wanted? Those were the days. The game was successfully saved. Oh, whoa.
All right.
Skip this guy for now. This female corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted into a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stenciled the number 1096 onto her forehead, and her lips have been stitched closed. Nice braid. The corpse does not respond. You doubt it even knows you're there.
All right.
Man, not the party crowd, not a social bunch, these zombies. The number 1201 has been inked on the forehead of this corpse, and the ink has run down its eyes, cheeks, and jaw. As you follow the ink tears down the corpse's face, you notice it has run into the stitching, sealing the corpse's lips, and has caught on what looks like the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. Try and pull it out. The note has mingled with the ichor of the zombie's mouth. If you try to pull the paper out through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get at it looks like it will destroy the note. You'll need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. Use the scalpel to cut through the stitches. You deftly slice through the stitches, sealing the corpse's mouth, and the jaws sag open. You carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth. Despite the condition of the paper, the writing on it still appears legible. Note: to read notes, books or scrolls, place them in your inventory, then right-click on them to bring up the information panel. Okay. Sorry about those stitches. I just had to see what was in your mouth. The corpse's milky white eyes stare at you vacantly. Maybe we'll find a talkative one. A friend down here. Whoa, that one's freaking out a bit.
All right.
Freaking out a little lady. Or, I think it's a lady. Can't tell. The smell of formaldehyde emanating from the corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently, and with good reason. The corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing, and some of the flesh has slid off her skull, revealing the number 1072 chiseled into the bone. I think this one's seen better days. The corpse does not respond to your voice. The fact that it has no jaw may have something to do with that. Either that, or it simply has nothing to say. I don't think many of these really have anything to say. Let's check, see if there's any goodies in here. Nope.
Done.
Oh. Well, before we go, we're going to go talk to
I'm
Dude
gone.
Man with the big book. These barrels contain a murky liquid. We've read that before. This book is huge. It must contain thousands of names.
I'm gone.
Oh, here we go. The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief! What are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. Before Morty can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down, and the scribe's breathing resumes in a ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the bet. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me. Restless one. He places down the quill, but I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one, no more than you have known yourself. Damn it. I suck at reading. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question. And the wrong question, as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Dahl. Perhaps you can answer some question for me, Dahl.
Updated my journal.
Very well. What do you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again you have come. Before he can finish, Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself and his breathing resumes in a ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. Oops. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Dahl's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, a restless one. This life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickering on what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? It's worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. I see, already read that. What makes you think this life isn't real? I think I said that too. What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? This is a purgatory. There is only sorrow here. Misery, torments. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in the shadow. I think your fatalism has gotten the better of you. These elements are part of life, but not the whole of it. Prisons. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to this shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will be continually reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passions. Strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed, the cycle of rebirth will end and you achieve peace. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. The eternal boundary. The boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. Tell me more about the mortuary. I see you said that already. Sigil? Sigil is our fair city, restless one. I see. I had some other questions. Do you know who I am?
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, restless one. I know little more of those who have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, restless one. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others who have journeyed with me, and they are here?
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. Mayhap I will go find her. I had some other question for you before I go. Very well. What do you wish to know? Do you know how I can get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen past. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it's unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. I see. I had some other questions. What do you do here? I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come into the mortuary. As long as the stream of corpses flows to the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. Nothing. Farewell, doll. As you turn to leave, doll speaks. Know this. I do not envy you, restless one. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point, your path will return you here. It is the way of all things, flesh and bone. Then perhaps we will meet again, doll. Thank you. I will be accepting my Academy Award for most convincing voice performance. Never, ever in my life. Hopefully that wasn't too horrifically cheesy. Hopefully I'm not making this text incredibly removing any weight that it might have from my horrific attempts to make it interesting. Again, please leave honest comments in the, comments below to let me know overall what you think. If I should stop doing this, whatever, you get the idea. This body is completely covered by a rough, dark cloth. Talk to another zombie. This walking corpse has the numbers 1094 carved into its forehead. Its mouth has been sewn tightly shut, and the chemical reek of fresh formaldehyde hangs in an overpowering cloud around it. Despite the pallid, sunken features and lifeless, milky eyes, it is clear this was once a handsome young man. So, seen anything interesting going on? The corpse continues to stare at you. Man, this place is dead, am I right? Hey-oh, I'll be here all week. Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, it looks like a fun place to go. Not at all.
Done.
All right, there's this door up here we need to go to. The gate looks sealed shut. There is no lock or any other means of opening it. Let's go ahead and save again. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a quick save button.
Done. All right.
It's all right, even if the sun don't shine. Well, it's all right. Looks like
All
a
right.
pretty empty room.
All right. All right. All right.
If you guys have not played this,
Done.
either way, I suggest, well, obviously, one, checking out the Kickstarter for Torment Tides of Numenera, and two, buying this game on GOG.com. I think it's only $10. This huge corpse is standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the body, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. This corpse looked like it's serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in his arms. Examine the books. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you note a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. Take the page. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs to a logbook. The tear is clean, as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Read through it. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. It's just that note again. Examine the zombie. It was great talking to you. Fare thee well. Speaking of, we have not read the other notes that we picked up. I think this was... yeah, this is the first note we picked up. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you, I know of my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like the diagram for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. Note, if you are ever capable of examining an object further or performing an action on the object outside of the world screen, a use button will appear for the object on the examine screen, which is the screen we are looking at. This button allows you to manipulate the item through a dialog screen. If you wish to examine the diagram of this note further, select the use button below. This foul-smelling note has a strange-looking diagram inscribed beneath the writing. It looks as if it's instructing you to fold the corners of the note so their points touch the center. There is a series of strange marks on each corner. One mark on the upper right, 2 marks on the lower right, 3 marks on the lower right, and no marks on the upper left. So, in that case, it sounds like the order we need to do this is upper left. So upper left, upper right. So upper left, upper right, lower right, lower left. So basically clockwise starting at upper left. So fold the upper left, upper right, lower right, lower left. You fold the corners inward so it points to touch the center. That did not work. Just to make sure I'm remembering this right, I'm going to write it down. Yes, my memory is that bad. So, no marks on the upper left. I'm actually writing it like that. There is blah, blah, blah. 1 mark on the upper right. 1 mark on the upper right. 2 marks on the lower right. 3 marks on the lower left. Okay, so let's try it again in that order. We might try the no marks last, but just to make sure I did it correct, I'm going to say upper left first. and then upper right, lower right, then lower left. All right, let's try putting the no marks last. So in that case, it would be upper right, lower left, upper left. Looks like it's instructing you to fold the corners of the note so the points touch the center. There is a series of strange marks on each corners. One mark on the upper right. 2 marks on the lower right. 3 marks on the lower left. And no marks on the upper left. So maybe we need to do it backwards then. So let's do it backwards. So lower left first. I wonder if that's it. Lower left, lower right, upper right, upper left. Intriguing. Okay, I'll try this 1 or 2 more times, and if I can't figure it out on camera, I'll do it off camera and then bring you guys back in. So let's actually read the note again. Or at least the important part. If you are reading this, then please use the note as instructed and accept the result in exchange. Let my contract number serve as the key. So 1201. The thing I don't get is there's 3 marks on one side, right? So I was thinking, okay, well, if there was 2 sides with 1 mark, that would make sense. Right, so he's 1201, but we have 0123. So let's just try, let's use this. So let's do it this way. It's 1201. So upper right, lower right, which is 2, 0, which is upper left, and the only one left is lower left. Wait, what? Wait, what? As you fold the upper left inward to the center, you watch as the upper right unfolds by itself, resuming its normal position. So now we need to do upper right again. As you fold the paper right, the upper right corner comes back to the center. The lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment, and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. Very clever. I like that. You peel back the sides of the pyramid, and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside it is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the triangle earring. See, I love things like that. That's great. Triangle earring, let's wear it. What does it do? You received this small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange this world you've woken up is. Note, some items are magical, but require that they be identified before they can be used. If you cannot determine what an item is at first glance, then you may need to take it to someone with a higher lore skill than you or your party members. Would you like to identify this item? Oh, how would you? So can I give this to Mort? Maybe he could identify it? No, he cannot. Okay. That's cool in the gang. Emergency. Okay, I think we will stop it there. Let's go ahead and save a Rooney. Yes. Again, let me know what you guys are thinking. So far, I'm enjoying it. I kind of like doing the voices. Again, I don't know how it actually turned out when I was doing the guy doing the ledgers, not doing him, but, speaking in his voice. It might have turned out far, far cheesier than I intended. In fact, probably did. Please leave your honest comments below. If I get enough positive feedback, I will do this entire game. If not, I'll still do the game. I just won't LP it. So thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.